Hyde Park, the best hood in Upland.
Hyde Park,
Got it locked from La Brea to Venice Ave.
Hyde Park,
So come round here with respect, or you might get a shuriken to your neck, or a roundhouse kick to the face. The ninjas don't play. Stacking the UPEX from all the treasure we're hunting. Dragons keep the properties coming. Newcomers get help and they love it. Giveaways all the time and we love it. UFC and NFL where we rumble. Race track in the hood got constructed. Hyde Park is stunning. If you don't agree, then you can go.
You need to leave.
The best hood in Upland. Yeah,
Hyde Park,
got it locked from La Brea to Venice Ave.
Hyde Park,
So come round here with respect, or you might get a shuriken to your neck, or a roundhouse kick to the face. The ninjas don't play.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. KO, how you doing?
Hey, doing fantastic. How you doing?
Good. How was your weekend? We had a nice Easter weekend.
Yeah, it was we actually had a busy one with some guest jiu-jitsu instructors coming in and one of our students achieving their black belt. So we had a busy weekend, and then Sunday I was exhausted. I was pretty lazy on Sunday, to be honest. So I needed some
Yeah, it was
rest.
the same boat. Yeah, it was a long weekend. I know we got to come up and visit and got to see the events in the seminar, and great guy getting his black belt this weekend. So that was really cool to see. I was glad we were able to make it up for that. And it was definitely a tiring weekend, though.
And you had to travel on top of it, so
It went by in a flash too. It was crazy.
it did. It
I
did.
was so tired Friday night, and then Saturday we had the seminar and all the events, and had to do that drive home. That was fun.
Yeah, that especially after training, making that
Yeah.
drive right after training, that's rough on the body.
Yeah. All right. What do we
Yeah.
got lined up today? We're doing some weird finishes in MMA, and there's
Yeah,
just
there's
been some weird ones over the years for sure.
Well, there's been some weird ones in the last few weeks, which we've kind of touched on our stream and kind of spawned the idea for doing this episode. So in the last 2 weeks, there's been one person been DQ'd in the UFC for biting another person. Big, huge bite mark right in the guy's like bicep, tricep area. And then the fights this weekend, I forget the guy's name. I apologize, but he knocked himself out shooting in. And he hit his head on the guy's hip,
Oh
right? So
man.
shot a double leg in, and he actually did it with good timing. It was a good shot, and then ended up knocking himself out on that shot on the guy's
Wow.
hip. So that was an odd one. I don't have the clip of that one today. Plus, I didn't want to get flagged for showing that too soon here on stream. But
That's a
so you guys
crazy
can look.
knockout. You don't see that. I mean, a hip bone is hard. I think actually one of the worst shin injuries I ever had. I collided with a hip bone. Man, did it hurt.
Yeah, I mean, you see people get knocked out like getting kneed on the way in or something like that, but the hip bone, that was odd. That's a weird one.
Speaking of knees, did you see that crazy knee strike I posted in the Discord yesterday?
Actually, I missed it. I'll have
If
to
you
go
get a
watch that.
chance, that was a vicious knee. It was a Muay Thai fight somewhere. I think it was in
Mm,
Bangkok or somewhere. It was crazy powerful knee strike. Guy was out cold. But I think I put that up
Oof.
in the Discord. If anybody's in Discord, definitely check that out.
I'll have to check that out for sure. But I do have our first list. Just going to kind of skim through some of these knockouts here, or not just knockouts, but weird finishes in the MMA. The first one is on the list is actually the one I think on the thumbnail here.
Oh yeah, Newton and Hughes.
Right. So I'm gonna play this. Yeah. So this guy. So Matt Hughes. Love Matt Hughes. Love watching him back in the day. And man, in a triangle choke. Now this is illegal right here when he grabs the cage, so you can't do that. And I think it ended up. Oh shoot. Sorry guys. I think it ended up hurting him because, um, I mean the power that he gets right there. Oh my gosh, just knocks him out.
And I think
Um,
Hughes was out in this fight, wasn't he, in that triangle?
he was really close. I mean, look at him. He's like, where am I? And he's like, I won. He just realized it.
UFC 34.
Um,
Man, that was ways back, huh?
yeah, we're just hitting UFC 300 here
Man, that's like was
soon.
it Matt
So
Hughes and who was the other Matt? Matt Serra back then, right?
Matt Serra, Matt Hughes, yeah, just oh well, yeah, we could go on and on. Love those. Um, keep the list going down here. This one, another kind of weird submission with the Rose. Keep this muted here. She actually slaps Jessica in a standing Kimura, and I think it shows the power of Jessica. Because let's see, watch this here. Should be any second now. Um, but that just goes to show you that do not hold the triangle when someone lifts you up. You need to let go. And then same thing right here. She slaps that Kimura on, and watch the power right here. She doesn't really care. She just the Kimura's locked in. She picks her up, slams her on her head, knocks her out.
Man,
Yeah. So
actually, I don't
that's
think I saw that fight.
I mean that's crazy, you know. The just the power of that right there.
And
So
that rule set is
um,
different between pro and amateur, correct? Is there no slamming in amateur?
um,
Or wait, that's
no, you can.
jiu-jitsu. I'm thinking jiu-jitsu. Never mind.
Yeah, no, yeah, you can slam an amateur MMA. They they don't like you to spike directly on top of the head.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so, but other than that, pretty much do whatever. Here we have an incredible knockout.
Josh,
Let's see. Getting taken down. Actually, ooh, the head kick right there. I'll replay
Wow,
it
that
real
was in
fast.
close spin there too.
Boom. He turns. Good flexibility right there. Wow,
Yeah,
that's incredible.
and that was a round
Um,
kick too. He had that foot turned.
yeah, I wouldn't call that one as crazy or bizarre, but it was a good kick. Now this one, on the other hand, have you seen this one before?
I don't know that I've seen this one actually.
Oh yeah, I've seen this one a bunch. So you got two guys. Boom.
Oh
Double knockout.
wow, I think I have seen clips of this actually. I didn't see the fight.
Yep.
So what was the ruling on that double knockout?
I honestly don't know. I
That's
honestly
crazy.
don't know. I love the double knockout. Um, ooh, this is an interesting one. So,
Ooh, Silva Griffin.
I remember this fight pretty vividly. It was one of Forrest's last fights, if not his last fight.
Forrest has
Um,
had some good fights over the years.
just I actually read his book. It's an interesting book. He's a crazy dude. He's got some crazy stories.
I can only imagine.
But oh, I went to the wrong spot in this. Let's get into the fight here. We don't need to watch the whole thing. Forrest gets his jaw broken during this fight with a It doesn't look like that hard of a punch. It just must have hit him just right. It'll happen here. You'll see Forrest fall. He was standing, I'm pretty sure. I think Forrest gets back up here. And it was really odd. Forrest actually runs out of the, right there. He's knocked out. He knows his jaw's broken. He actually gets out and runs out of the ring because he knows it's pretty messed up.
Wow.
Let me see if I can watch the end there. Yeah, like that. Wasn't that hard of a punch, right? There.
Wow, that was
So
the one.
Silva was backing up and broke his jaw as he was backing up.
Doesn't take a
So I
whole
thought
lot of force.
it doesn't.
What is it, about 2 pounds of
Um,
pressure? Break a bone?
Yeah. This one, I think that there's a twister submission
Twister.
in this one. And there's only, oh gosh, that's brutal right there.
I immediately thought of the Korean Zombie when you said Twister.
Yes, he also has a twister victory right here, and it's just they're pretty rare in MMA because usually they're pretty slippery. You can kind of
Yeah.
slip out of it. But they were able to pull that one off. There's only a handful of those. Oh, they had to show this one. This was a quick one.
This the flying one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember this one.
This is brutal. Boom. Right there. That was it.
Was that the quickest UFC finish ever? It's got to
I'm
be,
pretty
right?
sure. I'm pretty sure. I can't even go back far enough. I don't even know the official time. 3 seconds maybe. Oh,
Yeah,
I mean
that
he just
was
locked up.
quick. I remember Rose finishing somebody in like 12 seconds with a flying armbar. I think that was her second MMA fight, pro MMA fight. I think Rousey had a couple that were pretty quick too, right?
Oh yeah, she had some brutal arm bars.
Look at Fedor.
Fedor, I love watching Fedor fight. Just a great fighter. What was so? Oh, this is another slam. Let's see if we can skip ahead here. Oh,
Oh, wow.
that's nasty. Right on the neck. So I mean, look at Fedor just took that slam, reverses it. He ends up submitting him right here, I believe. Skip ahead a little bit.
Kimura?
Yeah,
Looks like.
gets a Kimura, about breaks his arm.
Wow. That's crazy after
Uh,
that big slam.
That dude is built different. Look at this. Now that
I
is a
mean, that
spike
is,
right on that. Oh gosh,
God, he had to be feeling that the next day, huh?
that's brutal. That that man was just like, first of all, they're wrestling bears out in Russia. Like that's like their training. They're crazy. And then he just never had any emotion. You could never tell if he was nervous or scared. He just was
It's like a
emotionless,
rock.
just hardcore. Let's see what we got going here. Craziest UFC knockout. I don't remember this one, to be honest. Let me find where it happens. I
Yeah,
might after I
definitely don't
see it,
remember
but
this one. Smith and Cell. Was that a liver punch?
oh, I do remember that one. He said, I don't remember the guys, to be honest. Sorry, guys, but he kind of sells that he's hurt, and then he catches the guy coming in. Watch, he goes to the body, pretends like he's hurt. Boom, 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 and then pop, catches him right on the way in.
Wow. Yeah, he sold that well. I thought he
He
was
did.
hurt.
I know. And he might have been hurt, but and just, you never know. So anyway, I thought that was a pretty decent list. I have seen some weirder ones, but that was a pretty decent list overall. Let me switch my screen.
There was that one, the smother. Have you ever seen the smother one?
I have. I actually just watched that this morning. Shoot, what was the guy's name? I forget.
That one was Yarborough, and was it Nakano? I think it was Nakano
Yeah,
Tatsuki.
it's like 600-700 pound guy. Just
That-
smothered him.
Did that guy die from that?
What, the choke? The smother?
The smother, I think he died from that.
Well, the guy lived. The guy lived. He tapped. He just tapped. At least the one that I saw. If I'm
There was
not,
a
if
couple.
I'm
There was the Mighty Mo one with Peter Graham too.
mm,
I don't know. I heard somebody died in one of those.
interesting.
I'll have to
Wow.
look that up actually. Oh,
Just a couple crazy submissions here. We won't go through them all, but we'll hit a few of them. We got the Nick
Pride fight.
Diaz.
Oh, this is Pat Curran.
This one is Nick Diaz and Takanori Gomi.
Oh,
Pat
Diaz.
Curran.
There we go. Wow, look how young he
Yeah,
is there.
yeah, and that's Nick, not Nate. But right here, it's a Gogo Plata, which is a crazy submission, and then to finish it, I think he really seals it in with that leg coming over the top because a lot of times you can kind of stand up out of that, puts him to sleep with it.
Man, that's a nasty choke.
It's really hard to hit on a good grappler, especially like in MMA. I mean, he's beat up there too. Look at that. But just that was a great submission. This is Pat Curran right here.
That have you ever used that Gogo Plata?
I've never been flexible enough to go play. I have hit maybe 2 or 3 in my lifetime.
The
Um,
first time I ever seen that done was by it was actually a Filipino master, Amaguru Rafi. He did
oh,
that,
okay.
and I just remember the boot laces across the throat because he had combat boots on. It
Oh
was
gosh.
crazy, but yeah, that is a pretty tough one to hit in grappling. You know, usually they'll like posture up out of the triangle, and you go for that armbar over the top, and then they crush back down, and you get it.
Yeah, that got a Peruvian necktie right there.
And that's Jeff Kerr or Pat. That's Pat Curran.
Yep. Yeah, that's a nasty choke as well. Again, a little tough to hit, but if it's in, you're tapping.
Speaking of Curran, Jeff Curran's got a fight coming up, doesn't he?
Combat jiu-jitsu match, I think in May against
Uriah.
Uriah Faber. So definitely gonna be tuning into that. That's gonna be awesome.
Man, you know, speaking of Uriah Faber, that was I remember back years ago. Was it ECW or it was one of the older fighting sanctions, the leagues? There was a fight with Uriah Faber and Mike Brown. Mike Brown actually won the title from him, but Faber broke both of his hands in that fight. That was a strange fight too. Do you remember seeing that one?
I I do. I watched that one live. That was an incredible fight.
Oh, was that a twister right there?
So that was the Korean Zombies twister that you were talking about earlier. Sets it up right there.
Wow.
Oh, it hurts the spine and like the neck, the lower back. It really just really hurts everything.
Yeah, it's a crazy position.
This hasn't been. I don't know why this video's in here. It's just a guy doing a submission. Um,
Oh, the calf
Charles Oliver.
slicer.
Now I like calf slicers and grappling. I do quite a bit of them. Um, they're very, very effective, and they hurt
Oh
so
yeah,
bad.
calf slicers, bicep slicers. Whew.
And that guy was in deep calf slicer right there. That right there, I just know that is hurting. Oh, especially as he's going back. Looks like
God.
his knee's about to pop.
Yeah.
Ben Saunders. Let's see. Got an omoplata here. Let's see. Oh, they do. The Gracies do a breakdown of it. Let's see if they show it. They're doing like the full breakdown. They show the finish. Omoplatters are brutal too on the shoulders.
Mm.
Yeah. I can see him screaming right there. Golly. Oh, that just tapped, dude. Like he should have tapped like
A long
quite
time
a.
ago, man.
I mean, I don't know. That's crazy. This is the one you were talking about earlier too, the Von Flu choke, by Ovint St. Preux. He actually has. First of all, I don't. Shoot, I'm gonna misspeak on the stat. I think he's the only one. He's got 4 wins with this choke, and they actually some people call it now the Von Preux choke instead of the Von Flu choke because he's hit it so many times in MMA. He actually did it standing up
Really?
as well. Yeah, which is really hard because this choke gravity really helps you if you have him on the ground. You're using your
Mm-hmm.
body weight to choke. So he did it standing up to the guy, and it was crazy. So the Von Flu right here, great fight or a great submission. I really like it.
Now he's actually a Tennessee guy, isn't he?
So
Knoxville, Nashville, Knoxville.
he's he's in Knoxville. He's about an hour and a half from me, and I've actually got to train with him a few times, and train at his gym. We're over there in Knoxville. So very quiet, very humble dude. Actually, I had one of my students and good friends of mine hit the Von Flu in an MMA fight and
Oh,
put the guy to
really?
sleep with it.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
and just like this, so you can see. Oh, he's out. I mean, he put the guy to sleep with it. It's such a
Man.
good joke. Yeah, it looks like that's gonna be it there. Ooh, do they have the video of this one? The flying scissor. Um, this particular submission is the only like I've been very fortunate with my ankles and knees and stuff, and this flying scissor takedown has jacked up my ankles every time I've been hit with it. So we don't do it anymore. It's actually in a lot of grappling competitions. It's illegal to do. It's just so dangerous. So we'll see it here. Let's skip ahead here. There's the flying scissor right into a heel hook to catch Silva right there. That's pretty tough to do. You can see it fly in. They actually went down about the safest I've seen. I've seen people just get wrecked. Not even on the submission, just the takedown.
The takedown itself, yeah, I can imagine. That wouldn't be in my playbook.
Well, that's all I've got on the list today. I'll go and jump off. There, so there's some interesting ones for sure. Some crazy submissions, crazy knockouts. Like I said, there's weirder ones I've seen, but those are definitely some good ones.
Yeah, that's definitely a really good list right there. So that was pretty cool.
Have you had any weird finishes to any of your matches or fights or anything like that?
No, other than like groin kicks, just dumb stuff.
Yeah.
Man, there was a fight it was a while back too. I think it was a Santos fight. The guy threw an axe kick and it crushed his groin. Ended the fight.
Gosh,
He
I'm sure.
he ended up getting disqualified, obviously, but that's an odd kick to go to the groin. I mean, it's got to be like the perfect storm for that to happen almost, because the guy's got to kind of back up out of the way to make
Now,
that
he was on the
happen.
ground.
I don't know. That's a good question. I need to go back and rewatch that one. I just remembered it had ended by an axe kick. I didn't actually see the fight live. Trying to remember who that was. I thought I wrote it down. I was looking at that this morning. It was Eric Prindle in
Okay.
Diego Santos. It was a Bellator fight, and it
Okay.
was an axe kick low blow. I'll have to look that one up later because
I'm trying to think. I
That's
don't think I've
hard
ever
to that's hard
seen.
to hit in, standing. I don't even I was trying to figure out in my mind how it happened. And like I said, I didn't see the fight, but
Well, I've seen, one guy down, one guy up, and they do the axe kick on the guy on the ground.
right.
So I've seen that a lot. So I don't know, maybe he missed and
That could
hit
be.
him in the groin. Yeah,
Because I mean, standing, I've been hitting the legs, like the top of the thigh, moving back and keeping a leg forward, and it got caught on the top of the thigh and got a nice Charlie horse. But it's hard to get hit in the groin. I mean, that's got to be like the perfect storm. You got to be like maybe doing like this matrix move back and hipping forward, and you get cracked. The old
you know,
nutcracker.
you see the axe kick like a very prevalent in like Olympic style Taekwondo sparring. Um, I can't say that I've ever seen a fight ended with an axe kick, besides the one you're talking about, like an actual legit knockout or anything like that. Um,
I seen a
I've seen some.
guy, not MMA though. This was a guy I knew out of Panama City, Florida, actually. He trained at one of the main schools with Grandmaster Lee, actually, and he did an axe kick and it broke the guy's clavicle.
Oof.
This was in a tournament. Yeah, it was at the time, I think like a third or fourth degree black belt division. This is way back when they used to do the Battle of the Beach at Panama City. I think that's the
Mm.
tournament it happened at, and I remember seeing that. And um, the guy that performed the kick was a really, really great fighter, unbelievable fighter. He was one of the best around actually back in that day. And he did they lived in the Panama City area, and that's like a crazy, like spring break area.
Right.
And you know how as schools we go out and we do demos and stuff. They did a demo for spring break on a stage, and he was doing I think it was a flying sidekick, run jump sidekick or something over obstacles, and ended up going off the stage and tore his ACL. The guy was a beast though of a fighter, man. But I remember, I think it was the first time I ever seen him fight, and he threw an axe kick or spinning axe kick. I can't remember now. It's been so long, and broke the guy's clavicle.
Phew. I don't doubt it. It's a super strong kick. Just
Oh
I just
yeah.
haven't seen it like in an MMA fight. I haven't seen it land, but it definitely has the potential to.
What's the craziest kick you've seen landed in a fight, like a for real fight?
Um, there's the Anthony Pettis kick. It's hard
Oh
to
yeah,
ignore that one, where he plants off the cage and round
the
kicks the guy in the
slingshot
face.
kick.
Yeah, that was. Okay. I'm just putting myself in that moment. You're you're well known, but you're kind of semi new to the UFC. You're in a big stage. Um, you have potential to have a huge fail on your, video, but he planted off that cage and not only that, landed it clean on the guy's face. Won the fight shortly after that, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, like, just to have the guts to, was it guts? Was it stupidity? Either
I
way, it
mean, it's
worked out
such
for
a
him.
telegraph technique. I mean, you wonder how do you get hit with it, but
I just never seen anything like that before. So that one always stands out to me. And then I just always love Lyoto Machida's front kicks right to the chin. Not and it actually happened to him. Um, so I think he has two knockouts with front kicks, and then I think he actually got knocked out with a front kick to the chin as well. Um, saw a guy doing like a spinning sweep hook kick to like the thigh, and it was like this weekend actually.
really, in an MMA fight?
Yeah, yeah, he was like doing a spin hook kick, but like to the thigh or the calf, trying to hit a sweep. He threw it a few times. It was odd.
Hmm.
Um, cartwheel, cartwheel, or no, I'm sorry, front flip, like a front flip axe kick. Seen somebody try that in an MMA fight. So the guy is down on the ground and the guy just does a front flip and tries to land his foot on his face.
Hmm.
That was an
Did
interesting one.
did he score? Did he hit him or no?
Nah, nah, it wasn't. It didn't look great.
I think it was back in the day. Billy Blanks. He
Oh yeah,
fought for, I think it was Team Budweiser, and I'm pretty sure I remember seeing him do a like an aerial axe kick and scored it. back in the day. I remember because he had all the fancy pants on, like the red, white, and blue with the stars and stripes. And I'm pretty positive he was on Team Budweiser, if I remember that right. I could be mixing him up with someone else, but I do remember seeing the Budweiser flag on the back of the uniform. He must have been a
Yeah.
sponsor for that team. And then there was a young guy, Mark Canonizada. I had seen in a competition live. I think scored like a 540 kick,
Oof.
which is pretty hard to do. I mean, that is a pretty telegraphed technique. And it wasn't like it was like a white belt division or anything. It was a black belt division. So that's pretty impressive to score that kind of a technique. Definitely hard to do.
I attempted to score with that, and I love the 540 kick when I was younger and jumped a lot more.
Mm.
And I did always. I was like, man, it'd be so cool to land that like in a sparring match or a fight. But I didn't. I never tried it. I could see where it could throw somebody off because most people will throw like the butterfly kick or a
Hmm.
tornado kick, depending on what style you do. And it's adding an extra spin to that. So if you're if you can sell it, they'll maybe be prepared for the first hit, but then you keep spinning um and throw the 540, which can. But man, like that would be extremely difficult to land it clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple times over the years, and these not in MMA. This is like the old school tournaments. I remember seeing a defensive kick where the guy was going out of the ring and like step back 360 hook kick defensively was really cool. I feel like your uncle might have been one of those. Your uncle was an unbelievable fighter back in the day. Just moved
Hmm.
so good, but he may
Yeah.
have been one of those. I can't remember. It's been so long.
Yeah.
All the fights kind of tournaments and stuff all kind of like meshed together over the years.
Yep. Definitely.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for weird finishes. Man, I'm sure there's a bunch more out there too. So if you didn't see one on here that you wanted to hear about, definitely hit us up in the chat and let us know, and we'll talk about that one in a future episode here.
Absolutely. Yeah. Let us know in the comments what crazy fight finishes that you've seen, or if we forgot one. Let us know.
And we'll look forward to seeing everybody on Thursday. We have all the big giveaways from the March Madness that we're going on. And I think we'll be doing all the giveaways and spin wheels, with the exception of the brackets. The brackets won't be done until next week, I know. So, how are your brackets doing?
I have no clue.
No, I actually don't know. I know mine got destroyed.
I know I've got UConn winning it, and and they're still in it. So that's literally all I know. I've been so busy, I haven't had a chance to keep up with it. I think I've watched 2 games throughout March Madness. So
I've watched a couple actually over the I guess it was on Easter. We watched a couple. My wife is a huge NC State fan and went to NC State, so her
mm,
team is doing very well. I was glad to see
nice.
Clemson get knocked out. Actually, they killed my
Mm.
bracket. I had them going out in the first round, and they moved along pretty well. So it was good to see them go down. So,
Nice.
awesome. Well, we'll look forward to seeing everybody Thursday in the live stream at 1:30. We'll have lots of giveaways. We're going to do some meta racing and have some fun with that. So we'll look forward to seeing you guys on Thursday.
All right, guys. We'll see you then.
Have a good one.